I've been very fortunate over the last couple of years to receive some fantastic AOKs from members of the comic book community. But the AOK that I received a few days ago is just impressive. It really is impressive. From the first moment that I saw this, I was honestly captivated. And I've spent a little bit of time thinking about how best to show you this AOK. And I honestly didn't come up with anything that was truly spectacular. That is until I looked at a video that the AOK giver provided me. And I looked at this video, I watched it a couple of times, and I thought that it was the perfect way to actually introduce this AOK to you. So what I want to do is to share a video clip with you. It has not been edited by me at all. I am literally just going to drop it in and allow you guys to watch it. And then on the other side, I want to spend a little bit of time talking about this AOK, as well as make an appeal to you to actually help me out. Stay tuned for the video.
Grail. 6 foot 500 pounds, covered in orange flexible rock, shaking the ground. 4 fingers and toes with brute strength,
and he was born on the streets of New York.
From the Fantastic Four, a superhuman team with a theme of saving these human beings. It seems like you was out of your mind. It's not a dream, it's power to the extreme. It's the ever-loving blue-eyed thing. It's clobbering time. Or criminal minds, block crimes, and the fool's the only hope you can find. It's clobbering time. Rock solid from his head to his toes, never been another one of his kind.
Part of a team of superhuman beings willing to fight to save mankind.
It's clobbering time. Big and mean when you step on the scene. It's the ever-loving blue-eyed thing. It's clobbering time. A gentle giant just asked the children.
His base of operation is the Baxter Building,
where you can find Susie, Stretch, Joe, and Junior.
What in the name of my sweet Aunt Petunia?
Yeah, the stress signal is bright like the moon. Pretty soon it be time to go fight Dr. Doom. When duty calls, just give him a ring. It's the ever-loving blue-eyed thing. It's clobbering time. Or criminal minds, block crimes, and the fool's the only hope you can find. It's clobbering time. Rock solid from his head to his toes, never been another one of his kind. It's clobbering time. Deep in the earth, Satan's what the thing is here for. From battling space invaders to thugs at Pier 4. Prepare for war for sure, so stop talking. Invisible stretch torch and the rock walking thing.
Competition, he's hurting villains, villains, his nemesis. No, not but with him, there's no winning. Don't attempt to thrust into fisticuffs with his hard rock being, cause fleeing is senseless.
Criminal minds, block crimes, and the fool's the only hope you can find. It's clobbering time. Rock solid from his head to his toes, never been another one of his kind.
Part of a team of superhuman beings willing to fight to save mankind.
It's clobbering time. Big and mean when you step on the scene. It's the ever-loving blue-eyed thing. It's clobbering time.
So hopefully you guys enjoyed that video, because I can tell you, like I said, have watched it several times and truly appreciated the video and the creativity that goes into this particular piece. This AOK was actually hand delivered to me by the artist. His name is Mark. He goes by Frog Boy on Instagram. And I definitely want to encourage you guys to head over to his Instagram page, follow him, check out the fantastic art that this guy has created. And I had an opportunity when Mark came over to deliver this piece to me to spend a little bit of time talking with him about it. And that to me was just a really great thing, right? I mean, part of what I enjoy most about this comic book community is, yes, the comics, but it's also the interaction with members of the community itself. And so Mark and I spent, I don't know, maybe 40 minutes or so just having a fantastic conversation. And what I learned from him, and I probably should say one of the things that I learned from him, is that he actually does not consider himself to be an artist. He considers himself to be a craftsman. And he says that people like Jack Kirby are artists, but he's a craftsman. And I honestly disagree with him. I do disagree with him because Mark has some talent. He is an artist. He creates pieces that I honestly could not create in my wildest dreams. And so I am just thoroughly impressed, yes, by Jack Kirby, but also with Mark's ability to recreate these fantastic pieces that we all love. And so I had a chance, as I mentioned, to spend some time talking with him and learned how, he lays down multiple layers of acrylic paint, right? To kind of do the outline of a piece like you would do a tattoo. He comes back, he does the colors, he layers on the colors to ensure that they are rich, that they are thick, that they are vibrant. And then he comes back and lays down the outline again. And it was really cool just to spend time with him to understand his process. And one of the things that he mentioned to me was that it takes him about a month to actually do these pieces. And I kind of dug into that one because I was really curious. And basically what he said is that if he sat down, start to finish, and just worked on one piece, it would take him about a week to actually do it. But because he has other competing responsibilities like family and work, that it takes him a little bit longer to actually do these pieces. So there is a lot of dedication, time, energy, and effort that goes into creating these really fantastic pieces. And if you actually saw my video on the Berkeley Comic-Con, if you saw that video, at one point, Mark was actually in that footage. And it was at that con that he and I had this conversation about him wanting to give me an A-OK. The other thing that Mark and I discussed was his desire to give an A-OK back to the comic book community, because Mark is a member of the community. He is actually a comic book guy. I think his favorite characters, if you will, are the Fantastic Four, hence me getting the Fantastic Four piece, right? But he actually wants to give an A-OK back to the comic book community. But because of the size and the dimensions of this particular piece, we are actually going to limit it to those people that have mailing addresses in the United States, or of course reside in the United States. So hopefully people can appreciate that. So this is what I'm going to need your help with, technically Mark as well, is we want to give this A-OK to the community. And I kind of want to do it because it's pretty close to my 2-year anniversary here on YouTube. So it's kind of cool, kind of fitting that I can partner up with Mark to give something back to you guys. But what we need you to do is in the comments section of this video, write whatever you want to say about Mark, about the video, right? But also include what book, what cover you want Mark to recreate to actually give away, right? So it doesn't really matter the genre or the age of the comic. If there is a cover that is iconic to you, we want to hear from you. What are the great covers out there that Mark should actually work on? And we're only going to do one, but we want to hear what your suggestions are. And so as we get those responses in, I'm going to take a look at those. I'm going to work with Mark to figure out what it is that he's actually going to work on. And then we will release some additional details on the giveaway itself. So first we want to look at what do people want to see, and then the details of the giveaway will follow in maybe a week or two after that. All right. So with that, I am going to wrap up this video. But before I do so, I want to give a huge shout out to Mark for hooking me up with a fantastic piece of art. that I am going to have to find room in this comic book room to actually put up because it is so fantastic. So I'm actually going to mix some things up here in the room. So at some point, you will probably see that Fantastic Four 49 hanging on the wall. I also want to encourage all of you out there to head over to Mark's Instagram page, give him a like, give him a follow, leave a comment behind. He is a member of the comic book community, and I want to support him as best I can. If you need to reach out to me, feel free to do so, and you can do it on Instagram at Regie Collects, or you can send me an email to reggie@regiecollects.com. Take care.